This is Things You Might Ought to Know. I am Jay Cleveland Payne, wrapping up a marathon session of recordings to get a full weekend, Saturday to Sunday or Sunday to Saturday, getting you a thing that you might have to know. The fun stuff on every single day this week while we have some time away from the main show, taking time off to do some time off things and some retooling. We decided to give you as much stuff ahead of time so we would not leave you alone for this full week. So we have a full 7 days. We'll probably continue this going on. I'm recording this ahead, past Sunday. So we'll see how the numbers look, how the reactions look. Probably low reactions because it's Thanksgiving week. And we'll do this some more to see how it works out for you guys as well. So we have to get this and not have to get the live notification. So that's a different thing as well. What we have for you are the fun stuff a part of our day, not just the newsy stuff that gets a bit traumatic sometimes. Birthdays, history lessons, a fun thing to celebrate, and one more kicker story to get you through the day. So let's get into things right now. Remind you about our website. This is conversationproject.com. All the things we do are there. Email address, conversation inbox, gmail.com. And of course, scrolling at the bottom of the video, partners. Check out the partners page and see if you want to help partner with us going forward. Now, the center of the universe is this person here. We knocked someone out of the birthday list for this year that's normally on the 30th, and we're not going to bring them up because we don't want to hurt any feelings. But Miss Rachel is the center of the universe for all toddlers out there. The YouTube personality is essentially, if you're a 3 to 5-year-old or even maybe even younger, Miss Rachel is all you really care about. Miss Rachel is something that's driving your parents nuts. Miss Rachel is 42 years old on the day. Happy birthday, Miss Rachel. Also, birthday wishes is Billy Idol. Billy Idol turning 69 years old on the day. Hard to believe he's only 69. He seems like he's been around forever, but not quite as forever as we believe. And Kaley Cuoco is 39 years old on this day today. Happy birthday to these birthday trio, and especially to Miss Rachel. As I said, if you have a toddler, oh boy, do you know. If you don't know, ask someone with a toddler. They will tell you Miss Rachel is all anybody cares about, and this bar none. Let's go to our history lessons for this Saturday, the 30th of November. Starting off in 1982, where Thriller, Michael Jackson's 6th studio album, was released with 7 songs eventually on the album landing in the top 10. This was the first album I actually owned, the first actual big 12-inch album I actually bought as a child in the 2nd grade was Thriller. So this was a big deal for me way back in the day, getting this album and being a big Michael Jackson fan all of my life. Thriller, which of course charted the course for many folks in how they styled their music, how they produced their music, how they marketed their music, and just being around Michael Jackson. All the things that would happen later on in life would be semi-tragic based on things. Of course, losing Michael Jackson during all the things happened was an issue as well. But one of the things that put him on the map and will keep him there forever is the album Thriller, which had so many songs that were so marketed well. Some songs you may not think much of, but they also were well in the album. And of course, Thriller dances for all weddings for a good span of 5 years. Everyone was doing Thriller dances at weddings. So there you go. In 2004, longtime Jeopardy champion Ken Jennings finally lost, leaving him with $2,520,700 in winnings for the all-time biggest game show haul. I think someone has actually beat him on that going forward, but he's basically got the last laugh as the current host of Jeopardy. And in 2017, the world's longest rainbow was recorded. Happening in Taipei's Yangmingshan mountain range, lasted 8 hours, 58 minutes. One big shiny rainbow for almost 9 hours. Today is Mason Jar Day, and we've had some pretty heavy, pretty big, pretty lofty goals for our celebration. Now, let's do something simple. November 30th, National Mason Jar Day. It commemorates an ingenious invention that's been bringing families together for generations. Simply by opening a jar of fruit preserves, you can enjoy flavors of summer in the midst of winter. For those who love to pickle, Mason jars rescues fruits and veggies from their garden, and from green beans to watermelon, we have them all year, sweet and spicy all the time. While fruit preservation has existed for centuries, John Landis Mason was from New Jersey, and he made the canning safe for doing at home, so you can do it by yourself and not just have to go to a factory. The young tinsmith patented number 22186 or 22,186 for an, quote, improvement in screwneck bottles, issuing a revolutionary design. The mason jar is used in all sorts of things. You think of it in canning. Of course, you think of it in Southern living. People drink out of them for just tea and whatnot. People put caps on them with straws in them and just drink them out because they think they're cute. Mason jars have revolutionized the world, and today's the day we celebrate them mason jars. And the man that brought them to us, Mr. John Landis Mason. One more thing before we get out of here. Coffee simply does not like to stay in place. Restaurant servers soon learn to pour coffee at the table or to carry the poured cup and saucer separately, lest they wind up with a half empty cup of coffee sitting in a pool of spilled liquid. Beer, however, presents no such challenge. Servers can maneuver through crowds while carrying a fully loaded tray of beers, fresh from the top and filled to the top, with all of the spilling happening. Absolutely none. Not a drop being spilled going forward. Why is one of those beverages so much more prone to spilling than the other? Curious physicists identified the answer, and it all comes down to foam. Just as solid foam reduces noise by absorbing sound waves, liquid foam does the same for motion. The researchers discovered that foam insulated the effects of performing controlled lab experiments on coffee and beer. They use high speed cameras to record the waves of motion and that rock through the surface of coffee and amber beer and Guinness. The more foam that was present, they observed, the more energy was absorbed with less sloshing occurred. So this might not count for your cappuccino or your latte, which is basically milk. But for plain up water, plain up bean water coffee, when you're walking with it, there's no foam, so it splashes around. Your beers, however, from the tap, get a little head, get a little foam on them, and it keeps them from basically spilling over because they have a protective layer. Thank you, science. The Now What Manifesto, Network Manifesto, may be the book you need right now after spending time with your family at the holidays. Maybe you actually voted for Kamala Trump. Kamala Trump, that's a Freudian slip. Voted for Kamala Harris and had to argue with the people who voted for Trump who won the election and had them gloat. Maybe you voted for Donald Trump, had to argue with people who voted for Kamala Harris who basically complained and yelled at you the whole time. What do you need to do to make sure that your candidate next time wins or stays in office, stays in power? Whether you're talking about the national level or the local level, the Now What Network Manifesto can help. This is a book that spotlights my Now What Manifesto website, nowwhat.network. Speaking too fast. It's been a long week. The Now What Network, and it gives you ideas, tips, things to do to stay engaged in the political action while there's no political action going on, i.e., ain't no elections going on, so no one's talking about stuff. So what do? You go to meetings, you keep informed with stuff like that. You talk to other people going forward, you prepare for the next election. There are 10 things in this book to keep you on track so you are engaged for the next time you have to step up and vote, which is the easy part of the politicians of the political access, because just stepping up, making the decision and walking away. Hard part is having an idea what to do in between and prepping for those things so you're not really inundated by ads and things going forward and people yelling at you because you voted for the wrong person or whatever. So check this book out. It's for Republicans and Democrats, independents, Green Party folks, libertarians, anyone who wants to be more engaged in politics, in the political action group, make things going, even when no one's yelling back and forth about the voting stuff, because that's when the real work is done. And of course, it highlights my Now What Network website, nowwhat.network, and giving you ways to stay engaged. Stay engaged with the political actions that are out there and keep your candidates accountable, or the candidates that you didn't vote for accountable as well. Check it out. This may be a book you need after spending some time at the holidays with folks that you didn't want to spend time with, or maybe folks you actually wanted to spend time with and want have some way you want to actually gain more political action going forward. I wrote the book on it, literally. The Now What Network Manifesto. Check it out today. Find it on Amazon. Find it wherever your books are found by searching for it. And the link is in this presentation to get to it on Kindle version for $5 and for the $10 version in paperback. Get it today and learn more about what you can do. Very simple things you can do to stay engaged in political action. Stay engaged with us at the Conversation Project by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the work we do. Now, this week's been a lighter work, although we did do a lot of pre-produced stuff based around this that probably won't happen going forward. But we pre-produced a things you might ought to know for every single day of the week. We'll probably keep doing that, so we'll have that 7 days a week. A little bit of love for you. Thank you very much. But we also provided for you throughout the week. I'm saying this as I'm saying this in theory because I'm recording this ahead of time. some hits for some news stories that popped up here and there, things that were engaging going forward as much as we can as possible. We'll do more basically combined stuff, more of the regular stuff, the things you might not have heard. Obviously, coming back come Monday. But whatever you're liking from us here, we need you to help get the word out. Like what you're seeing so that the algorithm helps us show it to other folks. Share what you like seeing so that they see great stuff and hopefully will like it as well. Subscribe to the work that you're seeing so that more people can see it in general. We get bigger numbers if the subscriber numbers are big because people see that. You see them directly in your feeds because you can see that. Subscribe, share, like the videos, things you might ought to know, and things you might not have heard, and the news clips, things along the way going forward. Stop by our website, follow us on our feeds, do all the things we need you to do. Check out our website at thisisconversationproject.com and find all the calls to action, including ways to become, as those names scroll at the bottom, partners to help us maintain more stuff here. And with that, let's call it a night because it is night as I'm recording this one on Sunday, the 24th. But this is produced for you for a morning on Saturday, November 30th, 2024. Thank you so much for being a part of the family, stopping by and keeping up with us. Let us know how this presentation worked. There'll be a lot shorter versions of this because I won't have to explain it so much. It'll be natural after we do this 1 week time and see what's happening. But do all the calls to actions. Check out our website. This is conversationproject.com and see what we can do with us because it's not a for us, it's a with us together because this is a conversation. This is a place for back and forth. It may seem like a monologue in a video, but your comments, your concerns, and everything's heard via our email, conversation inbox, gmail.com. And of course, inside comments inside the video. So comment away. Let us know what's good, what's not so good. We'll do better next time. Thank you so much. Enjoy yourself. Back again tomorrow morning.